What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. I was listening to Rodney. He's live. I caught it late, so I'm gonna get it from the beginning. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Y'all gonna ride with me on the way to this appointment. And so I decided there were some things that I want to talk about. I saw Candace Owens was on the Breakfast Club. I haven't watched the full episode, but there's a clip going around of her explaining why she married a white man. And I thought this would be interesting to talk about because her explanation to me was legit. And I want to read some of the comments, but I'm going to be driving, which is really crazy. So we're not going to be able to read some of the comments. But I do want you to listen to what she said.
I am a. I want to go back to something you said earlier because I know a lot of people will hear you say, "Well, Candace, you're speaking a lot about the black."
Hold on. I'm gonna be late because of the traffic. I should not have had this gone to this location. I should have gone to another location, but that's okay. So I'm getting off on Madison. All right, let's listen.
Back to something you said earlier because I know a lot of people will hear you say, "Well, Candace, you're speaking a lot about the black family, but then you married a white man."
Yeah, I'm
Not the whom I would have a huge problem.
Okay, I would love to talk to him more about that because I mean, it's always very interesting to me to hear this paradox of black people who will make an argument that the system is racist, and then also make an argument like this, which is essentially making an argument for the Supreme Court to revisit Virginia versus Love and basically say that black Americans and white Americans shouldn't be marrying. I think the greatest thing ever is when people come together on the basis of who they love and get married. For me personally, I never thought of my husband as a race. It's very interesting to me that people go, she's married to a white man. When I look at my kids, I'm not like, oh my.
I'm interested. If she said you just marry who you want to marry and love who you want to love, what is her? I don't know Candace's politics about same sex or same gender marriage. What are her politics behind that? Because she effectively said you fall in love with who you fall in love with. So is that restricted?
I mean, it's always very interesting to me to hear this paradox of black people who will make an argument that the system is racist, and then also make an argument like this, which is essentially making an argument for the Supreme Court to revisit Virginia versus Love.
Nobody's saying that
black Americans and white Americans shouldn't be marrying. I think the greatest thing ever is when
there actually should be no laws around who someone can legally bind themselves to unless they're a child. That's the only thing I think there would be a law that you can't marry children. But other than that, there shouldn't be a law to say you're specified in who you want to marry. I don't believe that at all. And I don't believe anyone is calling for anybody to revisit Loving versus Virginia. Loving versus Virginia shouldn't have never been a case. It should have never been an issue. But anyways, here we go.
People come together on the basis of who they love and get married. For me personally, I never thought of my husband as a race. It's very interesting to me that people go, she's married to a white man. When I look at my kids, I'm not like, oh, my kids are mixed. I married the person that it made the most sense for me to marry. I have a mind that is just, if you even knew half the things that I'm thinking about, the stuff that I'm reading, just go, 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 go all the time. It's difficult for me to find. It was difficult for me to find a partner that was a challenge to me. The challenge that I needed, whether you want to say an academic challenge, whatever it is, with my same interests. It just was. What you will know, a lot of times people think that when people come together, it's because of how they look. Actually, I actually read this in a Thomas Sowell book, or maybe it's a Shelby Steele book. People tend to marry their IQ, which is interesting. You think like if you see two black people together, oh, it's because they are two black people, but actually they are probably better matched based on their IQ. I fell in love with my husband just because I think he is one of the most brilliant people ever. I love him very much. The stuff that we talk about, I'm like, there is no other person that I could have married. We have 3 beautiful children who are growing up in an environment that I am just so happy that I was.
Go back to something you said earlier because I know a lot of people will hear you say, "Well, Candace, you're speaking a lot about."
Well, that was the end of her statement. What do y'all think about that? I really want to read some of the comments because, girl, I want to read some of the comments because I know how people are. I know the vortex of race really sucks everyone in. I know that there are groups of Black people who believe just because you share identity with a group of people that you should actually be married to them, or be married at all, or couple with them, whatever you want to say, partner with them in whatever, however you want to say. I think there are groups of people who believe that if you look like that person, that's who you should be partnered with. If you're from the same ethnicity, same culture, same race, same group, then that's who you should be marrying. And that's what people really believe. Now, there's this discourse around Black women when they get married to a non-Black man, and how the girls go up. Everybody goes up and like, yes, girl. It's almost as though like, girl, you made it out. You got from underneath the vortex of race that sucks people into these relationships that aren't, oh God, lady, that aren't beneficial for them. They're just marrying a person because they look like them. And that's pretty much Black and breathing is all they fucking need, right? This little area right here. I gotta concentrate because the people be acting like they don't know how to drive in this little area right here in the interchange. And a lot of people, like, they go up for Black women, right? Because it's almost, it's like, girl, yes, you made it out, girl. You want to partner, you desire marriage, so you actually go to the group of men who desire marriage too. And by and large, Black men don't desire marriage, even though they dangle it over your head. By and large, most of them in their lifetime will never marry. They don't value marriage. They know you do, so they'll dangle it over your head for lifetimes, generations, and eons. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I'm going where I'm going. Hands on your knees, shake that ass, shake on your knees, shake that ass for me. Shake that ass for Drake now, shake that ass for me. Okay, and so the people go up for the girls, and then when Black men date or marry non-Black women or partner with non-Black women, there's always this kind of frowning going on, like, girl, whatever, girl, whatever, girl, whatever, girl. And that comes from the way that Black men disparage Black women on the way to their interracial coupling. We do not see that with Black women who marry non-Black men. We don't see the disparagement of Black men on the way to their coupling. They might be marrying because they are not able to connect to Black men or find a Black man to marry them. That might be a response. However, in their response to finding other coupling, they're not saying, well, Black men don't do this and Black men don't do that. See, for non-Black women who date Black men, and the Black men are always talking about what Black men aren't doing in an effort to make you feel a certain way about them partnering with you, you should actually feel less than smart. I don't want anybody partnering with me just because the group of women they really want to partner with aren't acting the way they want them to act, right? I would be embarrassed to be dating a man who is dating me in spite of, right? So that's the reason, to me, from my perspective, you let me know what you think on why people frown up at Black men and praise Black women when they decide to interracially date or marry, partner, whatever the F. I love it. I've read studies that show that when Black women choose to get married and they marry non-Black men, their relationships tend to last longer than their male counterparts when they decide to partner with non-Black women. They are 200 times more likely to end in divorce initiated by a woman. You can go look at the stats, honey. I ain't telling you no lies. I ain't saying no lies. You go look at the stats. Okay, I got 11 miles on this strip of road. So this is where we're going to get most of the traffic. I'm going to stay in the middle. Okay. And so That's where that comes in. That's why it's like, when, that you always see black men saying, why y'all go up for black women? It's because black women are really, there are lots of black women, groups of black women who still desire marriage. And what they're finding out is if they desire marriage, they're unable to partner with black men, which is typically their preference just by socialization. It's typically their preference that people typically partner with who they're around and who they spend time around. So when the black women say, you know what, these men aren't marrying us, so I'm going to go out and find, and once they've unlearned this idea that nobody else wants them, once they've unlearned what black men have been whispering in their ear for their entire lives, that no other group of men wants you, once they've unlearned that, and they go out and seek partnership with other groups of men, they are finding success, and they're finding more successful marriages. And that's just the truth. If you don't like it, don't holler at me. Don't get mad at me. Go holler at the people where the stats came from, because those are the stats. And so that's why you get the praise versus the scowling and the booing and the hissing. Black men don't know how to quietly partner with non-black women. They have to let black women know, hey, look at me. Look at me. If you're ever out in public and you see a black man with a non-black woman, he's staring at you more than he's burning a hole in the side of your face, because he has also been socialized that there are some black women who have an issue with black men dating non-black women. You should not have an issue with that. If you are desiring to partner, whomever fits the bill should be the one. It doesn't matter what their gender is, what their race is. None of that shit literally matters. None of it matters at the end of the day. That's, you fall in love with who you fall in love with. If you are truly whatever you describe as falling in love, then whatever. I'm like on the way out of that. I don't even believe that is a real thing. I just feel like it's like a bonding thing, and it's not really like love or something like that. Anywho, let's see what else. Okay, so what else about interracial that I kind of want to get the little, because all of those little nuances, that's the first thing. Y'all always praising the black women when they date non-black men. Yeah, because they quietly couple with non-black men. All of a sudden they pop up and you like, oh, I didn't even know she was in a relationship, let alone with a white dude, or a non-black dude, Latin dude, or whatever the hell. You about to crash. Y'all about to crash. Where are you going? It's traffic. It's literally 2:45 in the afternoon. Stay your ass in your lane. Why are you in such a hurry? Relax. Driving all aggressively and shit. Ugh. Stupid asses. I'm getting right back in the middle. I don't want to be on the edge. Let you fools be on the edge. One's left making left turns and right turns. Anyway, so I did want to read some of the comments because I thought her explanation was legit, but I also want to know if her explanation spills over to same gender loving relationships and partnerships and unions. So I don't know what her politics are on that, because I would like to know if it's the same based on the social construct of race. Are we going to apply that to the social construct of gender? I would like to know. I really want to know that. I really want to know that. So let's read some of the comments. Make it make sense. Shout out to Mims. People be on bullshit and defend people they like. If a football player, basketball player marries a white woman, they're a sellout. But people defend Candace's decision to marry white. People marry who they want to marry, period. I said it's legit. Studies show that black women who desire marriage and marry outside of their race, their marriages tend to last longer than if they are married to black men. And black men, when they marry out, they are 200 times, literally 200 times more likely to get a divorce. Sorry, it's true. A black man would be intimidated by her. I said, you're right, because she's a thinker and she needs someone who's a thinker too. These niggas don't think past their penises. Sorry. Y'all just care about fucking. That's it. And that's your socialization. You are socialized by groups of men and other groups of women who tell you the more women you come in contact with, that's the measurement of your manhood, right? So what do? You learn how to disrespect your body. Are those houses or office buildings? Because it's really cute if that's a house. What was I about to say? I forgot what I was saying. I want to read another comment. Yeah, they're intimidated by thinkers. They're intimidated by opinionated women. They're intimidated by women who question. And it's so crazy how they're socialized and what they take on as being what is, what a man is and what masculinity is and all this other stuff. Also, Sarah from Real Housewives of Dubai, she was on a platform. She's also always talking about relationships and stuff. And she is a Muslim and she has, of course, tattoos. She doesn't cover. She is outside of the confinements of the culture of Islam, but she still practices Islam. But she just doesn't fall in line with what the gatekeepers say is presentable and blah blah blah, right? So she always has stuff to say, and I want to listen to her on because I had a comment on what she said about if a woman has to do things for herself, what is the purpose of being married or being in partnership or whatever. So I kind of want to listen to that as well. So we got about 8 more miles on this road here. Another woman said, I don't see black men being interested in Candace. Let's be fucking for real. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. How have you been faring well with the attraction that black men have for you and how they show up when it's time to tell you how attractive you are or if they are attracted to you? There was a group of boys, of men. A guy stabbed a set of twins and killed one of them because she said no to his advances. I don't know why you all aren't teaching your sons that they are not entitled to girls just because they exist. That you need to tell your sons you might live a life where no woman wants to have sex with you ever. You may have a personality where you will never have access to women. Y'all have to be honest to these boys. For men to think that they are entitled to women, therefore they can end your life if you don't accept their advances is sorry, I had to say it again. It is. It says black women have a better chance of being married when dating outside their race. The baby mama culture is not it. Honey, you're again, black women, they look at just the way they looked at being welfare queens as a insult. That is cool. Look at that as being an insult. Being a child's mother and uncoupled is not an insult. So they tell you baby mama, be a baby mama as a way to insult you. You can never insult a woman by telling her she's a mother to a child. You're an uncoupled mother to a child. There's nothing to be ashamed about that, sweetheart. Nothing. There's nothing to be ashamed about not having been married. Somebody tried to hit me with you had your babies out of wedlock. Wedlock doesn't mean anything to me. So that is also a lie. I don't have to be married in order to produce a child. You are using terms of some weird archaic terminology telling me I could be biased because I had my children out of wedlock. Wedlock is a lie. Y'all be locked into these marriages with these raggedy ass motherfuckers. I'd rather be a single mother, happy single mother, than in wedlocked to a nigga who ain't shit. Just to be like, ooh, I've been married before. That's not a prize. It's not an accomplishment. For some of you in the game that you're playing, it is an achievement unlocked. You get a little badge when you unlock that achievement. Then you get a double badge when you last longer than 8 years. Then you get a triple badge when you endure a long suffering marriage. when you endure. That's some crazy shit. When you endure. She didn't say black people have lower IQ. Some of you have selective hearing bad. Well, she basically said a man, she didn't want any men that didn't fit her IQ. She didn't say nothing about black people having lower IQs. Maybe men are taking offense to that, saying that she looked for somebody with a that can match her mental capacity. And instead of seeing people dating for what they look like, it might be they're on the same level mentally. That's why with Drea Michelle, I was like, if she's dating that dude, she must be intellectually on the same level as him, because outside of, there's nothing else to talk to that guy except for extracting sperm. Nothing else. If you're 29 or 39 and he's 22 or 23 or whatever old he is, 23, 24. So there's nothing else that you could be talking about except for extracting sperm. Otherwise, I'm thinking, are you at the mental capacity of a 22-year-old so much that you can actually relate? I can't relate to a 22-year-old. I may be able to relate to a 22-year-old in the realm of music. We might like the same music, but that's it. I don't have time to explain cultural references to you. You're too far gone. Like, you're too far out away from me. The only thing that you could be getting is some sperm. I do believe she would have never married a black man had she found one who suited her. So she's basically saying black men have lower IQs than white men. She do it to herself, everyone. That's not what she said. All I'm saying is it is a prison to be a thinker and marry someone who is not. You have to marry someone who is good for your mind and will challenge you, right? Not challenge you just by no. You know those niggas, everything you say, it don't matter what you say. You can be like, motherfucker, the sky is blue today. No, it's not. That's more of like a turquoise, just an argumentative ass motherfucker. Like, girl, shut up. Shut up. Shut up talking. I would really love to see her in a conversation with Umar Johnson. Oh my God, that would be hilarious. The Breakfast Club should actually set that up, since, Charlamagne wants to mention Umar Johnson. Because Umar Johnson is in the business of, let's figure out how he talk about black queen, but he's really in the business, how can we exploit these women and have a black patriarchy instead of a white patriarchy, just black, patriarchy, just black. You know what I'm saying? But then, to me, I feel like there's two sides of effective patriarchy. One where, the idea of men being protectors and providers, but they really are not, because your intimate partner violence rates are through the roof. So they really aren't what they say they are, right? But the other side of the effective patriarchal programming is having women work for you. So whether you are a gigolo, whether you are a man who found you a trad wife, whatever way that you can exploit free labor out of this woman in the guise of partnership, that's effective patriarchy. Yeah? Okay. I'm just saying. Y'all ain't gonna like the messenger, but she's right on most topics. Little ET looking motherfucker. Candace Owens. ET phone home looking motherfucker. Elliot motherfucker. Get your Reese's Pieces looking. I'm trying to read some more comments when we come to another stop. But yeah, I felt like what she said was legit. I really do. And I feel like more women should unlearn this idea that non-black men don't like you. That's a lie. You're too enmeshed in black that you can't even see out. Like the other day, I was watching somebody. There's this guy. You might have seen him on IG. He's like a veterano, like a cholo type dude. I don't even call him a veterano because he's like younger, but he's like a cholo. He's a cholo, and he got the buzz cut, and he's a cholo, but he's gay. Everybody's like, I ain't never seen a gay Mexican before. I'm like, girl, where are y'all? Like, I don't understand. Like, I was like, what? Baby, I'll tell you, the first time I saw gay cholos, I want to say around 20, 21 years old, and we went to a Halloween party. I ever tell you about that time we were walking down the street and a guy had a mask, Michael Myers mask on, and he stopped and he was just standing there as we was walking towards the party. It was the same party. We were walking towards this party. I was with Veronica. I will never forget it. I was with Veronica, and we went to this party, and I had never seen gay cholos before. I was like, I want to say I was 19, 20, 21, and that I think I was 20. I want to say I was 20. And we walked in the party. They were hugged up, arms around each other. And I was like, what? I had never seen them because I equated a cholo with like a hyper masculine type of energy. So when I saw that, I was like, what? But then I'm like, yeah, the cholos be gay. You know, the gangsters be gay. That's what I'm saying. Y'all be surprised at these motherfucking gangsters, these niggas, these gangsters. They like dick too. They like dick like you do. So I be wondering like where people don't get out. And I think when you're just the community that you're in, you're trapped in that vortex of race that you can't see outside of the vortex of race. You are around men and women who tell you that non-black men are not attracted to black women, and that's literally a lie. It's such a lie. It is such a lie. It really is a lie. How much? I got 4 miles. Come on, y'all taking all day. This is a street we used to go down to the I used to take him to his little practices when he was on the little tournament, little team. Yeah, I don't understand why she brought up Love versus Virginia. Nobody wants to revisit that. It should have never been an issue. Like not being able to marry other groups of people should have never been. It should have never been against the law, let alone a law to overturn it. In any of the laws that are based on like identity, those laws should never be in place. There should be no, discrimination laws and stuff like that. I mean, because like why are you discriminating against, like, it's so stupid. And then when I think about how malleable a person's brain has to be to discriminate against a person just because they are black or just because they are white, or it's literally craziness. Somebody says she literally blocked me because I challenged her intellectually. She personally invited me to Blackset. I went. It was a circus and a fraud. I'm so glad she said this because she's not smart at all. I like Candace. She's bold enough to say shit most people are thinking. So is she right? Yes, she's trying to prove a point by condescendingly speaking down on black men. And here you are, Tima is a diva, which you didn't spun around in a phone booth to protect your black men. She didn't say nothing about black men being a low IQ. She says she's basically saying she's attracted to people not by their identity, but by their brain. That's what she's saying. But y'all took it as though she's saying something against your men, and she's not. It's my sisters in the comments saying she's right. Yes, some of us have sons. Genetically, IQs come from both parents. So what she's basically is saying is that is also about black women. Girl, you tried it. You were really trying it. You're really trying it. No, she did not say that. She did not say that. Let's listen to what she said. So let's just listen to what she said again here.
But something you said earlier, because I know a lot of people will hear you say, well, Candace, you're speaking a lot about, the black family, but then you married a white man.
Yeah,
Dr. Umar would have a huge problem.
Okay, I would love to talk to him more about that because, I mean, it's always very interesting to me to hear this paradox of black people who will make an argument that, the system is racist, and then also make an argument like this, which is essentially making an argument for the Supreme Court to revisit Virginia versus Love and basically say that black Americans and white Americans shouldn't be marrying. I think the greatest thing ever is when people come together on the basis of who they love and get married. For me personally, I never thought of my husband as a race. It's just very interesting to me that see people go, she's married to a white man. When I look at my kids, I'm not like, oh, my kids are mixed. I married the person that it made the most sense for me to marry. I have a mind that is just, if you even knew half the things that I'm thinking about, the stuff that I'm reading.
She literally said, I married who makes the most sense to marry. So she did not go into it based on love, based on even not gender, race. She went on it based on your intellectual capacity. Can you meet me on a brain level, right? We look alike, right? You black, I'm black, okay. But can you keep up with me intellectually? I don't have time to be dealing with your intellectual inferiority. I don't. I actually don't. I don't have time to deal with it. Let somebody else get somebody else to do it, okay? Get somebody else to do it, girl. So that's exactly what she said. And for women to be in the comments taking offense to being intellectually drawn instead of racially drawn to somebody, you, my dear, have some work to do. So it made more sense for me to be partnered with this guy because intellectually he can keep up with me. I actually wasn't even looking at race. That's basically what she said. Let's listen to Candace, Owens, Lil E.T.
I think the greatest
again.
thing ever is when people come together on the basis of who they love and get married. You know, for me personally, I never thought of my husband as a race. It's just very interesting to me that see people go, she's married to a white man. When I look at my kids, I'm not like, oh, my kids are mixed. I married the person that it made the most sense for me to marry. I have a mind that is just, you know, if you even knew half the things that I'm thinking about, the stuff that I'm reading, just go.
Sounds like what she said to me. She was intellectually drawn. Most of you need to abandon the idea of what a person looks like and then get over that and then visit, you know, who you're intellectually and here's what's crazy and what's actually just popped into my head. A lot of people aren't operating that way when they're trying to partner. They're operating from their lower chakras. So they're not even looking for the intellectual. They're looking at the genitalia. They're looking at the color. They're looking at very low level things, social constructs. You're looking at social constructs to determine who you want to marry. That's the reason why y'all getting the results that you're getting. Who you want to couple with, who you want to partner with. That's why you're getting the results that you're getting. Sorry. I'm just saying, girl. And then Sarah from Real Housewives of Dubai, she said something really interesting. I should probably end this video because this is 37 minutes already. Good God. Anyways, let's end this video. Let's come back and talk about what Sarah from Real Housewives of Dubai said. Is this the street I want to turn down? No, I have a mile to go. Damn, I'm real deep in this city right here. I'm real deep in the city. So go ahead, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know you stopped by. Go ahead. Don't forget to timestamp the important sections of the video that you want to stand out. Go ahead and do that. Again, the people are not happy. Let me know what you think of what she said. How do you feel about interracial partnering, bonding, coupling, whatever? I think I'm going to steer away from using marriage because myself, I don't advocate marriage. Partnering, bonding, you know, partnering is fine to me. I'm going to work on changing my language so that I can change my language. I agree with her. Black women were taught to marry for love and it's got us nowhere. She married someone who she felt was on her level mentally and could provide financial stability. She didn't say anything about financial stability. That doesn't mean she hates black men. Candace Owens is a smart, strategic woman, and marrying for financial stability is what we should all be doing. I love this for her. And I don't think you should be marrying for financial stability. I mean, stability will come with it, but I don't think you should be marrying for that. You should be financially stable on your own. Combining resources with someone else to make your stability more solid, then I can say that. But you should be financially stable on your own. You shouldn't be looking to anybody for financial stability. Absolutely not. Are you crazy? No. I don't care what it sounds like. Absolutely not. Okay? All right. All right, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.